Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite Zionist prince, white colonizer, coming to you live from the United States of America. I am Tal, the Traveling Clat, your little Judean. You can buy this merchandise on my website, thetravelingclat.com, right now. Get some merch. And let's jump right into this crazy article. There was apparently a plot by the Islamic regime of Iran to murder a rabbi. Just all these details came out less than 24 hours ago, I believe. I'm coming to it a little bit delayed, but I had a little bump to me on Telegram, so we'll read a little bit about this, and then we'll do a little analysis. Iranian plot to kill rabbi in Azerbaijan foiled, security officials say. The case in Azerbaijan is the latest assassination attempt orchestrated by Iran, often using criminal proxies, according to security officials. If you guys remember, there was the horrific story of Rabbi Tzvi Kogen, a Chabad rabbi. Chabad is personally the Jewish sect I am the most close to and the most, I'm not going to say related to, but the one that draws to me the closest, and I've been involved with them for many, many years, and they are the most incredible people. The Islamic regime of Iran had kidnapped in the UAE using, I believe, Uzbek terrorists. They kidnapped this innocent rabbi who never served in the military, never anything. He's just had dual citizenship, Moldovan, Israeli, pretty much just like me. I would be a target just like him, yeah? All he was a rabbi. All he was a good Jew. I wouldn't even label him as a Zionist, yeah? Just a Jewish person. This is pure unadulterated terrorism that nobody condemned in the UN, anything. They kidnapped him and murdered him and dumped his body somewhere. And then he was found. And I believe the UAE was prosecuting a death sentence for those Uzbek men, which is really great on the part of the UAE. But this is just one of those plots that the Iranian regime, the Islamic regime of Iran, continuously tries to push. And like I've said before, the reason why we look so radically at this terrorist infrastructure from the Islamic regime of Iran is because anybody's a target. Your favorite Zionist prince, just like me. I say it as a joke, but I could literally be a target. I mean, I know I kind of am a target for these people, and a lot of your favorite creators are targets. Anybody who calls them out. We are targets for these people, regardless of if we served in the military, which I did not do. You know, it doesn't matter how many people you've killed. If you're a Zionist or not, you're a Jew, you're a target. That is the reality of the situation. So just me holding dual Israeli and U.S. citizenship makes me a target for these people, which is quite, honestly, it's petrifying. It's very, very scary. So we'll read a little bit about what's going on here. In the fall, an officer from the Iran's Quds Force met with Agil Aslanov, a drug trafficker from Georgia, according to that's Georgia, the country, not the state in America. According to Western and Middle Eastern security officials, the officer handed Aslanov a photo of a prominent Jewish figure in Azerbaijan and a detailed instruction on how to kill him. The officials said Aslanov agreed to kill Rabbi Shneur Segal for a price tag of $200,000, according to the officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss the sensitive intelligence. The plot, foiled by the State Security Service of Azerbaijan in early January, also involved a plan to attack an education center, the official said. Aslanov and a local accomplice were arrested and charged with conspiring to commit a terrorist attack, according to a statement in January by the State Security Service and local media reports. The target in the plot was not previously reported. Segal told the Washington Post that he learned of the plot against a religious figure and the detentions of two suspects from Azerbaijani press. He said that he felt safe in Azerbaijan. We live here peacefully. I walk on the streets and there is no fear. I want you guys to remember, part of my family, by the way, is from that region. My grandfather, Yaakov, was born in Tbilisi in Georgia, and he was part of a Jewish group who had this ancient Mesopotamian DNA strand that used to roam around the Caucasus Mountains regions. They were sort of these pseudo-Kurdish, pseudo-Assyrian Jewish people that spoke Aramaic. This is directly where part of my story takes place. My family story is in this region. This region, generally, the Muslims were relatively tolerant. There were always times of persecution. It's one of the reasons how my grandpa ended up in Israel. But it's important to remember that there's a relative persecution or relative peace even today between the Muslims and the Jews in Azerbaijan. Relative peace, especially in Baku, in the capital. And look how Iran tries to hide tensions. There is no reason to go after a Jewish person in Azerbaijan. They have nothing to do with Israel. Maybe they have family, but just look at what they try to do. Look at what they try to accomplish with their terrorism. They try to make it a world where no Jew feels safe. Now you tell me who's the colonizer. You tell me who's the oppressor. Azerbaijani and Iranian officials did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Segal's case is the latest assassination attempt or attack orchestrated by Iran, often using criminal proxies with access to weapons, as part of its escalating campaign against Jewish and Iranian diaspora figures or targets worldwide, the security official said. This surge in targeted attacks intensified after October 7th. Aslanov had previously been involved in drug trafficking, the state security said. So we're looking at a reality where Iran feels, I don't know, I guess the Islamic regime of Iran is feeling very, 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 very under threat by the current rhetoric coming from America, coming from Israel against it, and as they should. We are hopefully going to fuck this regime's ass up. That's the idea, and hopefully we can usher in a new age of peace in the Middle East. But this regime has to fall. They're a danger to everybody. They're a danger to you. And I want to say one thing. We're on the back end right now of America sort of looking like it's going to war with Iran. At least America is posturing itself in that way. For all you Americans who may be watching this video saying, I don't want to go to war for Israel. I don't want to go to war with Iran because of Israel. It's a faraway thing. I don't have anything to do with Iran. You... Maybe because you're living in Tennessee or Kentucky or whatever the hell you're living, okay? Maybe you're in New York City or maybe you're in Florida or California. Because Iran is far from you and the Middle East is far from you physically, does not mean this enemy is not catching up with you. Let me tell you something. In the Bible, it says, if there's somewhere in the Bible, don't quote me exactly where, but it's a value we grew up in Jewish circles. If somebody is coming to kill you, you preemptively have a duty to kill them first, to hurt them first, to stop them first. Knowing that somebody is going to kill you nefariously, coming to unjustly kill you, it is your duty to protect yourself, to protect your family, to protect your people first and foremost, and attack and subdue that enemy. That is your duty. You want to take it from a biblical perspective, just in a moral perspective, you people in America, okay? The morality of this country, and I'm proud to be an American, is beautiful, and I know that America is capable of the most incredible things in its future. We won't get to that point if everybody in this country is tolerating the existence of terrorists in the Middle East who want to destroy your society. Just because you don't feel it right now doesn't mean it's not coming for you. Our Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, has been talking about this for ages now, but we have been warning about this since the inception of the State of Israel. This threat is coming for you. Each and every single one of you in America, whether it be radical Islam or the Islamic regime of Iran or Hezbollah or Hamas, and you've seen it time and time again, it happened here on 9/11. If you are so naive to think that it is not coming for you because you live far away from it geographically, you've got another thing coming. We're on the forefront in Israel. We're fighting the fight for you, for us. But because we stand together, America and Israel, we fight it for you on the front lines. I'm fighting it in the media war, it's something else. But my friends who are fighting in the IDF, they're physically fighting for all of us. Now, it's time for you to understand in America, as uninvolved as you want to be, I speak to the Tim Pools of the world, who say they don't want to get in a war because of Israel and Iran and all this, and you don't know anything about Iran. No. Being an ignorant American doesn't absolve you of not knowing about what's going on in the rest of the world. Educate yourself about your enemies. Know who's wanting to kill you. Yeah, there may be a lot of people who want to kill you, but study who's actually coming for you. Understand who's actually making an active effort to undermine your government. Understand who's coming to get you. I promise you it's not Israel. I promise you it's not the Jews. It is 100% the radical Islamists who have been murdering and raping and oppressing Christians all over the Middle East for the last 1,000 years. It's that group of people. It's the same group of people who have been doing it in Europe and are now coming to America to do the same thing. And again, because they're geographically far from you, it doesn't mean that threat can't arrive here. I'm not going to give you specifics, but use your imagination. We live in a very technologically advanced world. There's many ways for Iran to step foot here in the U.S. and do very, very terrible things to you and your family and to all of us. This threat is real. And you need to wake up to the fact that Israel is fighting this fight for you, with you, not against you. You're not going into a war for Israel. You're going into a war for yourself if you go to this war. You're not fighting a war for a foreign nation that's far in the Middle East. You're fighting a war because these people want to kill you, because they want to hurt you and your family. Little side rant. If you want to support my channel, Little Judean merch down below in the description. You could buy a bunch of really cool merch like White Colonizer merch. We got it all at thetravelingcloud.com, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you a long time. Goodbye, Cloud. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.